But at the end, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And then I am recording it, so you'll be able to go back and rewatch it. But it definitely is I think, a much better way to track your business without focusing on rank. The biggest reason for that is a lot of people get really stuck on the idea of rank, and then when they aren't seeing a rank advancement, you can start sounding really salesy. You can start, like, your coaches might feel like you're pushing them to hit goals that they're not ready for. Whereas when you're focusing on the leadership ladder, you're more focusing on your goals and the things that you need to be implementing to make your business better, rather than pushing somebody else to make their business better. So I'm going to attempt to share my screen. I always hate doing this because it always screws up. So bear with me. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Let's see if it will let me play it, because I hate looking at it when it's like this. Slideshow. Okay. Okay. So when you look at the actual benchmark, you can actually look at all of this, like this actual picture. If you go to your Coach Online office and go to like the top tabs, go to news and trainings, I think, you can go and find the leadership ladder. It breaks it down, what you should be doing, where you're at, the things that you should be doing to get to the next level, and it actually will explain to you different steps, just like you would get in like a team training, but it'll break it down to you from corporate, which is kind of nice. So there are 5 different levels. Everybody starts out as a basic coach, and then you have your business starters, your team builders, your team leaders, your organization leaders, and your executive leaders. I have to say, and I will admit, when I first looked at this, I was like, well, I'm never going to be an executive leader. Like, that was just like right away, because when you look at those numbers, you're, $8,500 a month is just something that most people wouldn't anticipate making anyways. Like, it's not like when you jump into coaching, you're like, I'm going to make, $9,000. Like, you're not really thinking about that. You're kind of just thinking about the things in front of you. And then 50,000 team volume points is a lot. So when you look at it, you're like, okay, well, never going to get there. But it takes time. Everything takes time, just like a weight loss journey, just like eating healthy or just getting your workout in. It takes time to create the consistency and create the growth. So when you're looking at this picture, if you're just a coach or you're just a business starter, you will eventually get to all of the other benchmarks, but you have to start somewhere. And we all start at just a coach. Nobody just becomes an executive leader. Like, there's a journey behind that. So I'm going to go through each of them. I will share the slides. I can share the graphics, so you guys can not just have to go back and write it all down. So you guys can have access to all of this stuff. So is it going to let me switch? There we go. So as a business starter, there are a couple of things that you need to meet. So you're earning at least $100 a month, which is really cool, because if you're hitting Success Club 5 every month, you would be earning that $100, which is going to cover your Shakeology. So for Canadian coaches, that $100, this is an American, but if you are hitting Success Club, you will still be covering your Shakeology, because obviously $100 American is going to transfer differently in Canadian, and it covers your Shakeology either way. So don't let that be skewed in this, but this is in American currency. So as a business starter, you're just you. You're not, an Emerald coach. You're not, rank advancing. You're not anything. You're just you, focusing on your journey and helping other people, helping 3 people a month. And because you're covering your Shakeology, you are in the green. So that's where you should be focusing anyways. You want to be in the green with your business, because who wants to be in the red in anything? So all you have to do is hit Success Club 5 every single month. You will be a business starter. Pretty basic. As you start to actually coach, everybody ends up as a business starter. The next benchmark is team builder. So this is when you start to, look at discount coaches or helping other people get into the idea of coaching. And in order to be a team builder, you have to be an Emerald coach or higher. So you obviously have to have a team under you to be a team builder. So you're earning $250 minimum a month, hitting Success Club 5. You have 2 personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point each month. So that's not saying that 2 of your personally sponsored coaches have to hit Success Club. They just have to have helped at least 1 person. That's it. And then at this point, because you are an Emerald coach, you obviously have 1 person on your right leg and 1 person on your left leg, or your weak versus strong legs. So you want to have a minimum of 200 team volume points on your weak leg. So if you don't know which one's your weak leg, it'll be the one that has lower volume. And this is where, it starts to get into that rank versus leadership ladder, because obviously as a team builder, you have to be an Emerald coach or higher. But when you really look at this, you get to be able to break down, okay, so I'm an Emerald coach and I'm earning $250 a month. I'm hitting Success Club 5 every month. I have that 200 in team volume, but my coaches are struggling. I don't have those 2 personally sponsored coaches that are getting on the board. So now you know where you're struggling. Now you know where you need to focus your energy. And it's not about helping yourself. It's not about, okay, so I'm going to push this person to hit this goal because it's going to help me. Because I find sometimes that that's where people go when it comes to rank advancing. But when you look at the leadership ladder, you really get to break down, where am I struggling? What area of my business am I not hitting? Am I not hitting Success Club? Am I, getting my leads? So that's what's getting me $250 a month. Am I, not helping my team move forward? Am I not helping them? Am I not giving them the trainings? So it's here that you start to be able to really evaluate your level of business and, the organization and your strengths and weaknesses. Whereas just looking at rank, you don't necessarily get to see your strengths and weaknesses. You just see, oh, okay, well, I'm like an Emerald coach, a Diamond coach, a 1-star. Like, you're not really looking at the dynamics of your business. So once you are a team builder, obviously you've reached all of these benchmarks. Now we're going to look at a team leader. So as a team leader, you're earning at least $1,000 a month, hitting Success Club 5, and you have 4 personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point each month. Now, don't let this freak you out, because it is a bigger jump in your volume. But the reason for that is because you are now a Diamond coach or higher. So instead of it being, an Emerald, which is only 2 coaches, 1 on each leg, now you're jumping to minimum, you're going to have 4 coaches on each leg plus an Emerald on each leg. So you're going to have more of a team underneath you, which means that you're going to have more volume. So in order to be more successful and to up your income and to create that financial freedom and to be helping other people, you need to be increasing your volume and helping the people below you get to their next goals and benchmarks and whatever it is that they're looking for. So one thing that you will see on every single one of these graphics, no matter if you are a brand new baby coach or you are an executive leader, is I think it's the second line in every graphic, is hit Success Club 5. I don't care if you guys don't look at anything else, okay? I don't care if you're not focused on the income, if you're not focused on, the coaches underneath you at this point, if you're not focused on your volume. None of that will matter if you aren't hitting Success Club. Success Club 5 is the minimum. Okay, so if you're here to build a business, you're not here to meet the minimum. You're not here to put in as little effort as possible. I mean, it's like when you went to school, you weren't like, yeah, I just want to get like a pass, like by like a percent. Like, people don't necessarily aim for like just the minimum. So if you want to grow this business, if you want to make a difference, if you want to, reach different benchmarks and increase your income and help more people, Success Club 5 is the minimum, but you're not going to grow your business. You will eventually, but you're not going to grow it at any kind of speed, I guess I could say, if you're just hitting Success Club 5. So if you haven't ever hit Success Club 5 is where you start. But once you start hitting Success Club, don't just stop and make that your bare minimum. Don't make that your, goal every month. Challenge yourself. Tell yourself, I'm going to hit Success Club 10. I'm going to hit Success Club 20, because the things that you tell yourself are the things that you're going to do. So throughout all of these different benchmarks, focus on Success Club. All the other things will eventually start to happen if you're focusing on Success Club. Everything in this business will come down to Success Club, because it all comes down to helping people. So if you're not helping people, you're really not helping anything. I mean, that's what we're here to do, is help people. So team leader, you got to be a diamond coach or higher. Minimum of 5,000 team volume on your week leg, and that's in a month. That's not in a week. That's in, the entire 30 or 31 days of each month. 4 personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point. So again, the 4 coaches don't have to have hit Success Club. That would be a bonus, but they don't have to have hit Success Club. It's just helping them, getting them to help one person, and then earning $1,000 a month. An organization leader would be your next benchmark. So 2-star or above, Success Club 5, 6 personally sponsored coaches now. So that's 2 more than the last one, with 1 Success Club point. Minimum of 15,000 team volume on your week leg a month, $2,500 a month. And then at this point, now you need 2 of your coaches to be a team leader. So you need 2 of your coaches to be the benchmark before, to be, really establishing their businesses, to be helping more people. And that is, again, where this kind of is much different than looking at just a 2-star. So if we were to look at just a 2-star diamond, anybody could be just a 2-star diamond, but does that really mean, when you get down to like the nitty gritty of the business, does that really mean that they're successful? Does that mean that they're earning a significant income? Does that mean that they're helping a large number of people? Does that mean that they're helping other people below them reach their financial goals or reach their, time freedom goals? Because it doesn't mean that they're earning $2,500 a month, because they could just build their entire organization on discount coaches. Really, it could be them, their husband on one side, and their mom on the other side. They could build their entire organization on just discount coaches. And I can guarantee you, on just discount coaches, they would not obviously have any coaches that are getting, helping at least one person a month. They might be hitting Success Club 5, but they would definitely not have 15,000 in team volume if nobody beneath them is working towards any substantial goal, or is not working or being helped to work towards any goals. They wouldn't be earning $2,500 a month. And because of discount coaches, they wouldn't have 2 personally sponsored team leaders. So when you look at one 2-star diamond coach compared to another 2-star diamond coach, the way that they build their businesses can be very, very different. But when you look at it on paper, when you look at just a 2-star diamond rank, that's great. but their businesses are going to be different. And that's where the leadership ladder really helps you, because if you are a 2-star diamond and you have this goal of earning $2,500 a month, well, this is where you need to focus your, energy. This is where you need to focus and say, okay, I have 4 coaches that are on the board. I have 10,000 team volume. So these are my areas that I got to work. This is, maybe it's I, do more emerald trainings. Maybe it's I do a diamond training. Maybe it's I, really look at the 2 diamonds on my team that I really think could, they have all these goals and these ambitions and they're really driven and they could be team leaders. So I'm going to dive more into them and I'm going to give them more of my attention and more of my resources because they're willing to work. So I'm going to work with them. You can really narrow in to your goals as your business and not pressuring somebody else when you look at these things, because you are in control of the resources that you offer to people. You're in control of the things that you can give to somebody else. You're not in control of their goals. You're not in control of their effort. You're not in control of any of those things. So sometimes when you're like, I'm going to be a 2-star, maybe the people beneath you aren't ready to be a diamond. Maybe they're not ready to push to the next level. Maybe they're just not there. So in that case, if you're just focusing on rank, you might not get there when you're aiming to. But if you're focusing on your business and you're focusing on, okay, maybe you have 10 coaches and 10 coaches that are working the business, and then you're finding, some are dropping off, and then you realize, okay, well, maybe I need to start talking to new people. I need to start getting more coaches on my team, and I need to be helping more people see the potential in what I have to offer as a coach and what this opportunity has to offer their life. The more people that you have to help as coaches underneath you, the more likely you are to build your business. So it ends up coming down to numbers. You have control of certain things in your business. Of course, there are always going to be things that you don't have control of, like any business. But when you look at the organization leader, the team builder, the executive leader, it breaks it down into very, very precise areas that you need to focus on. And you alone, not relying, not pressuring, not worrying about what somebody else is going to do, but just simply like, okay, this is where I want my business to be. This is what I have to do to get there. These are the benchmarks that I have to reach in order to get there. So I hope that makes sense. But when you really look at it, 2-star can be completely different depending on what business you're looking at. The next one would be your executive leader. So again, 5 stars can look completely different. So in order to be an executive leader, you need to be a 5-star diamond, hit Success Club 5. Now you're going to have 8 personally sponsored coaches with 1 Success Club point on the board, a minimum of 50,000 team volume on your weak leg in a month at $8,500 a month, and 4 personally sponsored team leaders. So I really want to focus on this a little bit, mostly because when there are some coaches that are income driven, or there are some coaches that are, maybe you want to retire from your job, or maybe you want to pay off debt, or whatever your goal is. For some people, and for a number of coaches, it comes down to an income. That might be for various reasons, but normally for a lot of coaches, it comes down to some kind of income. When you're looking at a 1-star diamond coach, they could very easily be earning more income than a 5-star diamond. It's all based on how you build your business. So again, you need to be focusing on more than just your rank, more than just, adding just coaches and not giving them anything. The more that you give to people, the more that you're going to get in return, the more that you're going to see a huge difference in what you have to offer and how your team culture is. This is totally random, and you guys may know who she is, maybe not. But I have watched some of her fitness stuff, business stuff. But Ashley Bynes is a fitness instructor, I guess you could say, in Australia. And she has created tons of different programs. She has a transformation center, or a number of them, throughout Australia. I was watching a video of hers the other day, and she was talking about how her entire business started because she had like 120 women that were just in a group, just like we run, just an accountability group. And these 120 women were just there to get her meal plans, to get her advice, to have her support. And she offered it because she wasn't anything at this point. She just was diving in and giving them everything that she had for free. She was just there to help them. And when she was talking about all of this, she went back and was like, I really don't think that I would be as successful as I am today if I didn't really give all of my heart to all of these women, if I didn't really give without expecting anything in return. She didn't want to charge people. She didn't want to ask them to fork out some kind of money for her services. And she kind of goes back to that all the time about, how she gave to get more and to now live the life that she lives. And now she has this huge successful business because of the things that she did before. And it kind of got me thinking all about coaching. And that goes for coaching your coaches and coaching your challengers. The more that you're giving to them, the more that you're going to receive, the more that you're going to see in return on your business. People are going to come back to you for help. People are going to be more interested in the coaching opportunity. But it's these benchmarks that are going to show you the area that you need to give more of. So when it comes to your team leaders or your weak leg volume or your personally sponsored coaches or even Success Club, I mean, just because you're a 5-star diamond doesn't mean that you're just going to easily hit Success Club. It doesn't get any easier. You still have to put in the work. You still have to talk to people. You still have to do your business. It doesn't just fall into your lap. So this allows you to really narrow into, where do I really have to focus? What is the thing that I need to give more of? Where does my heart have to be? Where does my mindset have to be? And that's what's going to drive your business forward. So, and I see constantly in, coaches that I follow or coaches on different teams or whatever, so many people are driven by that, star number. And I was too. I was very driven by the star number. I was like, you know what? And like at the beginning of this year, I was like, I'm going to be this by the end of 2016. And I haven't given up on that rank advancement, but it's not my main focus. My main focus is I'm going to focus on where I am right now, and I'm going to give to get to my goals. And how do I have to get to my goals? I don't want to pressure anybody on my team to feel like they have to hit a certain rank goal, because that's not my rank. That's not up to me. If they're not ready to hit diamond, they're not ready to hit diamond. I wasn't ready to hit diamond last year. So I didn't want anybody to feel the pressures that some coaches can feel. So now I look at, and I rarely look at or pay attention to where I might sit in a rank advancement. Instead, I'm more concerned with, okay, I need to help these particular coaches because they really have the ability to hit Success Club. They really have the ability to push outside their comfort zones. I, can focus on the people in your downline. Just because they're not your personally sponsored, they still contribute to your weak leg volume. They still contribute to your business. They're still part of your business. So just because they don't fall in your personally sponsored doesn't mean that you don't pay attention to them. So I go into my downline and I see who's working this business, who's putting their all into it, and how can I help them? How can I help them see their potential? How can I help them get past this hump that they're, experiencing? And that's what's going to push your business forward. So I'm going to show you guys one last graphic before I stop sharing my screen, which Lindsay Matway created. It really it's not on the leadership ladder like at all. But it shows you guys a visual of what it takes to be a 15-star diamond. The different things that, as like a 3-time 15-star diamond, she could tell you, because this is her business, this is what she does. So she obviously came up with like a super duper leader name, which again isn't a leader ladder, but you're hitting Success Club 10. So it goes back to what I said before. You're not hitting Success Club 5. Success Club 5 is a minimum. So you're not just hitting Success Club 5. You're making sure that you're hitting 10 and higher every month. And then we went from a 5-star, 5 or 8 personally sponsored coaches with 1 Success Club point to 65 personally sponsored coaches with 1 Success Club point. A minimum of 500,000 team volume on your week leg a month, $100,000 a month, and then 15 personally sponsored team leaders. Again, this is all just based on her knowledge of being a 15-star diamond, having done it 3 times, having, knowing what it takes to get there. But it's been done. So just because these numbers are huge, and just because it might seem far off and like you can't do it, it's been done. So it's possible. You can do it, but it's going to take time. It's going to take really narrowing in on the different aspects of your business and figuring out where your weaknesses are opposed to your strengths. So I'm going to stop screen sharing. And then if you guys have any questions, want me to go over anything, I will. I know there are some, whatever it's called, comments. I couldn't read them while I was sharing. And no, your currency is horrible, Anna. It's horrible. That is not true. Does anyone have any questions at all about any of the team leaders, any of the things that I have found that has been helpful, anything at all? No?
I don't have any questions, but I like to talk. So, no, I found that really helpful because I have been